Hey, this is Pastor Rachel. I'm coming to you for this midweek reflection on July 17th from Asheville, and we're about to head out on the road to go back home. But I have been thinking a lot about the questions that Pastor Charlie posed in his message this past week. If you listened to the message, he actually had us encouraged to think and meditate on a few questions based on the idea of unity, but also the idea of spiritual blessings and prevenient grace and the experiences that we've had in our early walk in faith. And so I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that early faith experience, because I think it is just so good for us to remember what sparked joy in the start of our Christian faith journey. Everyone has a different story. Everyone has a place or a time or a thing that really encouraged that walk. Some of us have a hard time, though, at the same time, thinking back to when we became early Christians. And for me, I can't think of a time where I wasn't in a church. As a pastor's kid, I basically grew up and was born in the parsonage and moved through my life with this experience where it wasn't necessarily that I claimed it as my own. When I feel like I claimed it as my own, I was in elementary school. I was a camper at Warren Willis. I finally started to recognize that this was something that I wanted for my own life, that I wanted to follow Jesus, and that was something that I could share with other people. And so the way that I was able to share it is I would invite friends to come to our children's ministry things or to our youth group. And so it was a matter of sharing. It was a matter of sharing that faith and that joy that I felt. And so when we think about that early walk with Christ and the early spark that we have, one of the ways that I want to encourage you to remember and to recall is to think about how we invite others into that space. Are we inviting someone into something that we are nervous for them to encounter? Are we inviting them into something that we wouldn't want them to experience themselves? I hope not. I hope that what we are doing at Memorial, and I hope that what we are doing in our regular faith walk, is something that we want other people to see. And when we're doing things out in the community, or when we are doing, something on campus, or when we're worshiping together, invite people to that space and explain to them why it is that you do it. And if you don't know at this point why you might be doing it, that's also a great way to kind of explore what it is exactly that you want out of your faith journey, to rediscover why it is that you are here in the first place. And Pastor Charlie and I would be happy to talk through that. But that spark, that joy that ignited your Christian faith journey in the beginning, I think it's something that we all should return to over and over, especially when we feel like things are not necessarily going our way. Feels like things may be just very, very hard. We can turn back to Christ, and we can turn back to that experience of joy and know that everything will be okay because we have Christ who lives with us eternally.